That tease is also the perfect segue to our first fan question this week. It comes from Scott Golden, and he says, how far ahead of time did you know that the Horsemen were going to be reformed?
I was never sure of anything. Questions, what do you think about this and that and the other? When Tully didn't come, that left a huge, huge gap. And there's no way to fix that. There was who's available, what names are out there, who can you get, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There was always some of that rhetoric. I was more concerned on making my reappearance after the injury because I was out for the longest time I'd ever been out of the business. And I was more concentrating on letting everybody see that there was no nagging injury that was going to keep me from performing. What they had 4 months prior is what they were going to have then.
You said it. No, and Tully is not going to be available. He's not going to be a part of it. Do you remember if there was ever a time where you and Flair were like, listen, we know this is the Four Horsemen is a money it's a big business. It's going to be big business for us. But still, it's like, man, without having Tully, and who knows who would even be the third, the third or fourth members. Do we still want to keep doing this? Like, did that ever enter your heads or conversation?
We knew that unless it was Tully, it was going to be a less than.
Yeah.
It was a chemistry between the three of us and JJ that was just, no matter who that other guy was, that foundation would have carried it. But you can't do it without Tully. Just like if you would have had Tully, you couldn't have done it without me. I believe that.
Oh, I agree. So it was one of those things, we'll go with what you want us to go with, but at the end of the day, you and Flair both knew, hey, it's going to be a little bit more lackluster. Never going to be what it was without Tully Blanchard.
We knew that. We had that conversation. It could never be, as hot or as strong as it was the first time because our quality opponents made it that way. Back in the Crockett days, you got to go back and remember who were we wrestling every night, and that roster was not available. You're only as strong as your opponent.
True.